Hello, my beautiful merfolk. This is another Mercedes Talks. We are going to be talking about Instagram engagement groups today. So we're blowing the lid off of Instagram engagement groups, how they're shady, how they pretty much unethical. This is all my opinion, of course, and personal experience. They go against Instagram community guidelines. They, again, are an unethical, what's the word that I'm looking for? Inauthentic way of growing your Instagram and growing your Instagram engagement. They ultimately hurt your engagement because you're getting the same people on your page, not getting new people. The whole thing is that you're boosting your engagement, you're hacking the algorithm, but really you're going against the algorithm instead of with it. Instagram can detect these sort of things, and so it will hurt your platform and your page in the end. So we're kind of doing a get with me situation today. I don't wear makeup, but I am going to do my skincare routine and we're going to fix my hair. Yes, afros are cute. I don't like full on afro on my head. We're gonna do some twists in the front. I think I'm gonna need to get my hair cut again soon. I'm debating on growing it out some because I do like doing little puffs, but I might look to find some clip-in puffs or something just so I have that cutesy look but still have the really short hair, because I'm really digging the short hair right now and it looks really good with some dangly earrings. Really good. I'm obsessed. So skincare routine really quick. I'm using Good Molecules right now. They sent me basically my whole routine free with no obligation, so it was gifted. There were no obligations to talk about it, but I do love it so much that I thought I would include it in the video while I'm just doing my face. So this is their bar soap that is for your face. I use it on my face and my neck and a little bit on my chest. I'm obsessed actually with the bar soap. I keep it in a bag because I do travel and I go to the gym, so that way I can use it wherever. Just keep it in this little sack bag that's washable, so I can keep everything clean. I actually did get this with my BioClarity products that I used to use in the past. I haven't used them in a while. That's because some of the stuff felt a little not cakey, but I just have I have combination skin and sensitive skin, and my forehead gets really oily, so it's finding the right products can be a headache. But yeah, I love the bar soap. I'm never going back to any other kind of soap. Bar soap is where it's at. It's really easy. You rinse it under the water, get it nice and sudsy, and put it on your face. It's magic. After your face is nice and clean, I'm going to use the brightening toner. And I really do love the brightening toner. I feel like it really does brighten up my face. I always feel extra glamorous and beautiful after I finish my skincare routine. So I'm gonna get my cotton round and start. And we'll talk about engagement groups. So my first experience with engagement groups was after joining the Heartbeat app. So if you don't know what the Heartbeat app is, if you're an influencer, you probably do. It was probably also one of your first influencer platforms that you used to get collaborations. You get gifted products on there. It usually is paid. However, their payments are extremely small. Even at I'm at I think 19.8.9 followers right now, but I was at the 20K mark and above until I stopped doing some of these shady things that I'm going to be talking about. But even at that size, I think the payment was only $20 for a post on Instagram. It's not worth it in my opinion. It's a great way to start while your account is small, but as you build, it's really not worth it. It's great to see what kind of brands are doing collaborations, and you could probably just reach out to them on your own. I don't recommend it though. As you get bigger. When you're smaller, it's fine. Look at how gross that is. I just showered, y'all. Anyways, so that was the brightening toner. Probably should have just grabbed all these and had them out in the first place. Next, I'm going to use the discoloration correcting serum, because I used, well, you feel like you can't even see them that bad anymore. Let me get it here. But I did get dark spots because I get acne, and I like to pop my pimples. I even have like a little pimple popping kit now. So this discoloration serum is wonderful. But my first experience with engagement groups was after I joined Heartbeat, and they have a community group on Facebook. So there were some girls who were on the Heartbeat app and in the group on Facebook wanted to create like a little engagement group so we could all like help each other out, which I was like, cool, like this sounds awesome. So, you know, we all follow each other, and when we drop a new post, you put it in a chat group on Instagram. So you just start a chat, add all these people, and when you drop, you put it in the chat. So next I'm going to be using the moisturizer. I don't actually use their moisturizer. Again, like with my combination skin, I have to be really careful about what kind of moisturizer I do use. There's nothing wrong with this, but it just feels a little oily on my skin. I do have a different moisturizer, and I'm like hesitant on sharing because I've tried their other products and I do not like. This was like the only product that I do like, and I'm probably going to be switching it out as soon as I find a better alternative with SPF in it. So I'm not really going to share the name of this brand, but this is the one that I'm going to be using. So I joined our little engagement group on Instagram, and it was like all fine. So we would save, like, and comment on each other's posts. Save because that also helps like boost your engagement, shows Instagram that your posts are interesting and savable and shareable and all that kind of stuff, and it's supposed to help, you know, get your post out to more people. So the drama that started there, first of all, it can be exhausting, especially if you're in more than one engagement group, trying to keep up with all this engagement. And if you're, you know, it doesn't even really matter if you are in a group that's niche specific. There are going to be accounts that you wouldn't normally engage with in those engagement groups. So I was in a group with mostly single women, so we were all women, but mostly single women. I'm a married woman with one kid at the time, but so our content was just very different. But the girl who started the group was constantly complaining that people weren't saving her posts. Every time she dropped, even if it wasn't in the group chat, if I saw it, I liked, I saved, I commented. I was one of the few people who did every single post. So she got so fed up at one point that she requested that we all send in screenshots of our saves, and I hadn't been like saving them in a folder at that point. It was much later in my engagement group career that I actually started saving them in a folder, so you always have proof when or if it's ever requested. So she requested that we all send in our saves. Well, there were people in the group who didn't drop, who didn't like, comment, or save any of my posts. So I showed proof of all the saves that I did for everyone who had dropped in the group. And then I got deleted from the group. Okay. So it was weird. So after she deleted me from the group, I messaged her and I asked, like, what's up? Like, why did that happen? Like, did I miss something? I just wanted to know, like, did I miss something? Like, what's going on? And then she blocked me. So there's that. I actually still follow and engage with a few of the ladies that were in the group, like, that I liked and were, like, kind of, like, Insta friends. One of them, like, has a son. So, you know, like, just, that's organic engagement. When you're, like, organically liking posts that you genuinely like, and like commenting on posts that you genuinely like, engaging with people that you genuinely like, and are forming like real friendships, that's organic or engagement. And what we were doing is not organic at all. But so that was my first experience with engagement groups. And then afterwards, I bought this influencer's course on influencing and how she can help you like make all this money, get all these collaborations, blah, blah, blah. We will be doing another one on influencer courses and how they are also BS and just a way for big influencers to profit off of small influencers. But that's for another video. But so I did that, and I got in some more engagement groups, and now I'm like heavy into it, and now I'm completely under the belief that this is like the only way I can boost or really even get engagement. I'm completely under the belief that if I do not do this, I'm not going to get engagement. People are never going to see my posts. I'm going to fail as an influencer. That's basically my belief at this point, because of everything that I'm being told. Sorry, I had just combed this. Like, why am I? Okay. I want to get this wet again so we can put more product in and do some twists here. So I'm going to part my hair. I don't know if I'll do twists all throughout or just here in the front. Sometimes I like to switch it up. But I think I'm going to keep this fluffy because I'm kind of losing some hair. That's another story for another day, maybe. Yeah, so I've been in many different kinds of groups. There are pages that do both engagement threads, as they're called, which is a page will put up a post, and they're usually private, so you can't, most of the time, there are some public ones. They're usually private, so you can't see them unless you request to join. You have to follow the admins and even the like, what's the word for it? I'll just leave it at admins. You have to follow the admins. Admins usually are not required to engage back. So they can post, drop it in the thread or the group, and they are not required to engage back with you, but you have to engage with theirs. So these admins are the bigger influencers that you'll typically see who get tons of likes, tons of comments, and most of them are inauthentic. Most of them are coming from people like me, commenting on their stuff because they have to, because they have to in order to stay in these groups and to have other people comment on their stuff and so on and so forth. So it's just very inauthentic, and it actually like really frustrates me now. Like I'm so irritated by all of it. Like, so yeah, I've been in many, and like I've said before, there are going to be people that like post content that like either you actually don't like at all agree with, which in case like I had one. I'm not a religious person at all, like at all. I was thinking this yesterday. I consider myself spiritual light. It's like I am somewhat a spiritual person. I haven't found like the thing that like resonates with me specifically. I do find religion interesting, and I like the study of religion. I like learning about different religions and like all the different things that people believe and their different rituals and stuff like that. I find that really interesting. And I think, you know, that there is truth in every religion, and it's kind of like, in my mind, it's like, could all of these be possible? Could we have many gods, or did this like all stem from like one thing and then expand into like all the different things that we have? That's my mind. I know that's not everyone's opinion, and I know that I live in a very heavy Christian country, but that's also why I get so irritated when people push their religion. Just use this. There was one woman in one of my engagement groups. Every post that she, like 95% of the posts that she did was about religion or about God. And I told the admins, look, I will like her post, but I'm not going to comment. Like, there was nothing for me to comment. I'm not religious, so being forced to comment on this is like unethical for me. and they were like, yeah, that's fine. And they talked about moving her into, like, they had a religious engagement group specifically, moving her there, which they never did. So whatever. But so there's things like that, and then there's things that, like, people might post something that goes against your political beliefs. Like, there's all sorts of things, and then you're, like, required to engage with these people, and that's just dumb. Like, don't do that. Just don't engage with someone that, like, if you don't like their content. Like, really, it's that simple. And it's like, I don't want my likes or comments to, like, come back and haunt me. Like, if I were to continue to grow and those, like, came back to haunt me, it's like, well, what are you supposed to say? Like, I just was in an engagement group, or you know, like, I paid for this service that does likes for me. Like, I had no idea, which we will talk about that soon. So yeah, there's just a lot of ways it can go downhill, and I have friends who have tried it who don't do them anymore, like me, and their engagement has absolutely suffered because of it. Like, now they're a really big account and they don't get that many, like, that much engagement, because all their engagement prior was not real. And I'm waiting for that to happen to me. I am currently paying for a service, actually, that does likes for me. I think they say that they're real people, but I'm not really sure about that. So we'll try, I'll maybe, like, do a deep dive into some of these in the future. But I don't do follow, unfollow. They literally just, like, post for me. They comment emojis, because I don't do word, like, comments anymore, because even if they say they're real people, they must be bots, because they'll comment, like, something really weird on, like, someone's post that doesn't make any sense. So I just don't do that. But it does help keep my engagement up right now. But I'm sure once I stop, my engagement's gonna, like, plummet. So I'm waiting. We'll see. I'm kind of over Instagram anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Like, really freaking over it. But all the people who engage with my content are real people, because that engagement is just coming from people that they've engaged with for me. So they just like people's posts, and then those people come and like my posts. And that's what you can do on your own, or you can hire, like, a real person to do that for you. I think there's nothing wrong with hiring an Instagram, what's the word I'm looking for? Like an Instagram, like, manager, or, like, whatever. I think there's nothing wrong with that. I've done that as well, like, hired someone to do, like, some of that work for me. And I feel like that's still even more, like, authentic and real than doing these engagement groups and engagement threads. While I'm still doing this, I guess we can get a little bit more into engagement threads. So I touched on that a little bit, but engagement threads, very similar to engagement groups, except instead of having to catch up, and usually it depends. Some engagement groups were like, you have to catch up, like, every 3 days, you have to catch up, like, 24 hours before you drop, etc., etc. And then engagement threads, they'd have, like, a 24-hour thread, and then after the thread closes, you have 24 hours to engage on everyone's post. So you could do, like, likes and saves, or comments. The comments take freaking forever to do, because if you want to, like, leave a, like, good genuine comment, then you have to, like, read their post and, like, come up with, like, a real good genuine comment, and not everybody does that. So then sometimes you get, like, comments on, like, a really meaningful post that's just like, oh my gosh, so cute, and it's, like, nothing to do with, like, what you wrote, and it's kind of, like, really disheartening, honestly, which is, again, it's not authentic. Like, if you want, like, authentic comments and stuff, then just stop relying on these people to do that for you. But engagement threads, there was one thread in particular, but there's been so many that I've been a part of, but they started to do hashtags, like, some that I did prior started to do hashtags to, like, boost, again, hack the algorithm. So Instagram like pays attention to like if you post like with a hashtag and you're getting tons and tons and tons of views on your posts and likes and everything from that hashtag, and kind of like boosts, it's supposed to like boost your posts and like with the other hashtags too. And the whole goal is to end up on the explore page, right? You want to be on the explore page, and on the hashtag you want to be on the explore page, you want to be in those top posts, you want to be like up at the top, so it's like one of the first posts people see if they go like to that hashtag. And that's always like the main goal. Let me put my lip balm on. So, but there was one group in particular my friend told me about, and again, it's a hashtag group, but it was so large that it would take me all day, because if you go and like people's posts, like, Instagram's gonna catch you like that, and you're gonna get blocked. You're gonna get action blocked. And action blocks can last like an hour or two. They can last a whole day. My friend's been blocked so many times. She's been blocked for like weeks because of these methods. Like they're not good for your account at all. But it would take me all day, because I'd like a post, I'd literally count out to like 10 or 20 or 30 seconds, like the next one, count out again, like the next one. And there were hundreds of posts in this hashtag, but I did it because it boosted my posts, and I was getting like over 1,000 likes, and you get in this like mindset where like your worth is tied to like the amount of likes that you get on a post. So like my worth was tied to my likes, and if I didn't get like 1,000 likes on my post, then I was like nothing. Like my posts were doing bad, I was doing bad, I was failing. And you think that like your likes are tied to the brand deals that you're going to get. So if I don't get these likes, I'm not going to get good brand deals, I'm not going to make money, and it's like this endless cycle, and you're just exhausting yourself. And like my whole reason for doing this in the first place was so that I would have time with my kids, but I'm just sitting on my phone literally all day doing these likes, doing these comments, like all this engagement, like actions. And like that's like what my daughter saw me doing like all day. Like she still will be like, I'm working like mommy, and like pretending to like be working on the phone, you know, like, and I still do work on my phone, but like I don't nearly do as much now as I did before. So it's not only extremely time consuming, it's again unethical, it's inauthentic. Like if you want to grow your Instagram for real, then you have to like do the real work, which is making good quality content, which is engaging with your followers, engaging with hashtags. And yes, those are time consuming as well, like honestly really time consuming as well, but that's like the real authentic organic way to grow your account. Engage with people on accounts similar to yours, or on accounts that you aspire to be like. You can go in the comment section and engage with people in the comment section, not like, oh my gosh, if you like this account, come follow me. Not like that at all. Authentic, real engagements, okay? Like, oh my gosh, I was thinking the exact same thing. Those kinds of comments. Like, just be conversational, be a real person. And if that's not your jam, then fine. But then maybe Instagram isn't like for you. Or if you have the money, then pay somebody else to like do it, but like a real human to do it for you. Like that, in my opinion, that's fine. Because like I said, I've done that too. And like I get social anxiety, so like engaging all day long, or like even sometimes just for like a couple hours, is very exhausting for me, which is why I would constantly burn out on Instagram, because I was constantly engaging. So anyways, that's my opinion, my experience with engagement groups. Please don't do them. Again, they really just hurt your account in the long run, and they will hurt your engagement in the long run as well. Instagram is not stupid. They will pick up on it. You can get shadow banned, even though they say shadow banning is not real. It definitely is. You can get shadow banned. You can get action blocked, and that action block can last for a long time, my friends. I know, not just from my own experience, but from experiences of my fellow influencers who have been blocked for weeks, okay? Because they were doing this type of engagement. So coming up, we'll talk about, we got to talk about follow threads. We'll talk about follow threads, we'll talk about giveaways, and lastly, we will talk about those top influencers making all the money off of you, okay? So stay tuned for all that kind of stuff. Let me know which one you would like to see next. If you like this video, I would really appreciate if you could give it a thumbs up, even subscribe so you don't miss out on any future content. And I really appreciate you watching this video. It really means a lot. Please, there are lots of free, valuable advice and content out there if growing your Instagram is what you're looking to do. So please find those videos. There's tons of them here on YouTube. I will see if I can find some people and link them down below for you. I appreciate you. I hope you have a great morning, afternoon, evening, whatever, and I will see you next time. Bye.